ladies and gentlemen. So today we have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Lam, the entrepreneur, and please welcome Mr. Lam Chikin, the president and also the founder of Gryphon. So thank you for joining us today, Mr. Lam.
All right, thank you.
To start off, could you tell us about your journey as an entrepreneur and how you started your business?
Okay, thank you. Okay, hello, my name is CK. It's Lam lah. Okay, you can just call me by CK. I've started my business for over like 2 years. So I started when I was semester 2 in a class Introduction to Entrepreneurship. So at that time, we were starting a coffee business, and our idea is that if we want to start something, we should make it practical and be serious with that so that you learn something. So that's why, as the assignment started, we registered our coffee business with government, and then it gone through a lot of obstacles, I would say ups and downs, and until today is a little achievement that we have now. Okay, you can see there's a coffee stall in GKG5 that is my business actually, and another one is about you mentioned about Gryphon, right? So Gryphon was started since this semester. The purpose of starting Gryphon is because when I started a stall in the KG5 and I realized that, oh gosh, there's no students doing business in the campus. Or in other words, I should say, there is no student doing their business in a physical stall in the campus. So my idea was if I would like to promote some kind of entrepreneurship, such a culture in the campus, right? So what should I do? So I approached to my partners. So we decided that why don't we form we call it a business club, something like a club, but it's actually we call it it's a corporation, business cooperative. And then with that, we created a business development system that help any students, whoever, if you want to start a business in the campus, from A to Z, what do you need to do and what is the support that you need. So with this cooperative, we prepared everything, and then we start finding for students who want to start business. And from what you see in DKG5, the 6 stalls is a testimonial, an achievement that we've brought more than 5 group of students to start a business in the campus. And that is why we start Gryphon.
Okay, that's impressive. So, what motivated you to start your own business? And also, what challenge did you face in the initial stage?
Okay, I must clarify that I'm still in the initial stage. I would say I'm a successful guy because there's a lot of things that I'm not finishing yet, not gonna accomplish yet. So I came from a business family. My father is a shula speaker, a crafter. Okay, he has his factory. But what happened was that he passed away in my 18th, just after my 18th birthday, and the family's burden, the responsibility, the pressures come on my shoulder. And then it's made me start thinking like, should I still continue my life as just a normal student or just a normal guy, or do something? So after I finished my secondary school. Okay, I joined into direct sales. I joined in Amway, and that incited me about the word entrepreneurship. Okay, soon I go into sales, selling computers, and I co-founded a online tutoring platform for Form 6 students, but it failed. And all this experience, I would say all these stories, all these past stories, uh, nurture me into some fun things that if I only live once, what is the only special thing that I can do to build myself into someone different to others? So the answer to that is entrepreneurship, because I want to have something that can secure my life. I want something that can secure my business. I want something to prove that I lived in this book. I want an achievement that can prove that I did not wasted my 21 years of life. And then I realized that entrepreneurship will be one of the best way to me because I'm here to create something that is influencing to people. Or even I would say it's something that makes people start noticing me. And in that process, it I would say it slowly make me into that kind of person, like entrepreneurship characteristics. And that is what makes me an entrepreneur. And talking about challenges, I believe one of the bigger challenges could be time management. I'm still having problems in managing my time, among my academics, my business, and even my relationship and my family. There's always problems for entrepreneurs. And another one is that I'm not a business student. I'm come from the course of INTAF, which is everything that I learned is about politics and economics. So when I started my business at first, I got no idea about what is business. I had no idea about what should I do for business. Until in the process, I slowly, we do self-learning, we refer to our lecturers and everything. Then we start learning about only we have what we have to do. So I think these are the challenges that I met at the initial stage.
Alright, understand. So for next question is, how do you identify and evaluate a new business opportunities?
Okay. There is when we talking about market and business, right? It's always about supply and demand. When there is a demand, there has to be a supply. So our way is to find from our lives. Actually, business ideas comes from your life. Uh, the way to find that is to think what is the thing that you could do to make your life better. For example, in the campus, it's actually very hard for people to find healthy food. Okay, so actually, so which means that there's a market for healthy food. Okay, and for me, I started my coffee because I realized that the coffee in this campus is not so fitting my appetite. And I'm Ipoh, I'm from Ipoh, and I'm a big fan of Ipoh coffee, Ipoh, Ipoh coffee. So what I do is that I bring my hometown's coffee here. So the key to that is that you should find out what are the things that is lacking around you. There's always things lacking. For example, if let's say if you want to start an F&B business again, all right, and you see the campus there's already like coffee. There's a lot of coffee. There are people selling fruit. There are people selling healthy sandwich. There are people selling this and that. But when you're figuring out what should you do, you can also think of what is the thing that I want to find but I can't find here. For example, Chinese food, halal Chinese food there. So there is a big lacking of halal Chinese food here. Fruit juice, healthy fruit juice, fruit ice blended. These are all where your ideas and inspirations come from. Then the key to that is that keep brainstorming, keep thinking, and keep finding out what is lacking around you, and then you will find a lot of business ideas.
So as an entrepreneur, so what strategy do you employ to manage the risks that associate with your business?
Sorry, you mean risk?
Mm.
Risk and
Risks.
uh,
Risks
okay, and risk and
associate with your business.
okay. How do I manage my risk lah?
Mm.
Okay, there is always entrepreneur, the group of people that face risk every day. Okay, there's risk that my coffee business may not be able to continue after I graduate. There is that we might trap ourselves in the sales bottleneck. There are risks that we might not get sufficient customers. There are risks that we might lose customers from Muslim students. These are the risks. So the solution to that is that for me, what I'll do is that I'll keep finding out what are the possible risks. We don't escape. Entrepreneurs don't never escape from risk. You have to face that, find out what are problems, list them out, bring along your partners, spend few hours sitting there, brainstorm, keep brainstorm on solutions, and so keep yourself open-minded and positive, because if you can't stay positive, no one is going to help you in business. If you're in career, your friends or your clique might help you, but in business, you have to be on yourself. So when we have risk, just take one for example, when we have like risk of the sales bottleneck. Okay, it's a risk because it might cause that my business is not able to develop further. So we should find out solutions. Entrepreneurs are problem solvers. When there's a problem, list out the possible solutions and then think of what is the solution we can do. Is I mean, it's not thinking about what we can and cannot. It's that think about what should we do to make that happen. What should we do? Yeah, that's the way. So the key to that is also be positive. Yeah, I'll answer the question.
Yes, cool. Okay, so for next question. do you approach the building and managing a team? Like what qualities do you look for, like your partner or your team members?
Okay, when we are setting up a team right, there are three main mottos that we should follow to. Is that first vision, second attitude, third is their ability, capability. We want team members or workers or even partners who understand our vision. They should know that the business I'm doing, that we are doing, that we are building, is not just a small business that exists for 1 to 2 semesters. We are building a company, a future MNC company. That's why they have to understand that there's a lot of system, a lot of complex things to settle in the business. Okay. Second is attitude. We want discipline. We want the best team. And the key to create the best team is not to gather amazing people. It's to gather people that has great attitude. And that attitude would make them a better person. So the key is attitude. So we want team members that are, we call it an aggressive and an active worker. We don't want free riders. We don't want free riders. We don't want followers. We don't want passive workers. We want fighters. We want warriors. We want people who want to like keep fighting with us for the main goal, for the goal. This is for attitude. Third one is capability. To me, capability is something that you can actually train off. Okay, so as long as they are able to speak, as long as they are there to speak, as long as there are certain skills, okay, we are okay. Because when they came in, okay, we don't only find amazing people. When we find someone, we train them. Okay, if you would ask my part-timers or even my team members, I don't just use them. I don't just ask them to use things. I train them, explore out their potentials, and as long as there is a potential, there's something that they are comfortable with and they are willing to learn, we'll definitely build them. So that's why capability and skills of what is at is the last, we call it the last term when we are building up a team. So I repeat again: vision, attitude, and capability.
Right. So for next question, so like in the market, there's so many competitors, right? So how do you differentiate your business from all those competitors, and also what is your vision for the future of your business?
Okay, let me ask you: when you think about coffee, right? When you talk about coffee, what is the first word coming to your mind?
Zeus Coffee.
Right, Zeus coffee, latte, cappuccino, espresso, Starbucks, right? Or even let's take this the event that we have today, Law Fiesta. Okay, if you walk through the whole area, you'll see 4 coffee stalls. You'll see some coffee stalls, right? But you'll see 2 types of coffee stalls among the 4: Western coffee and coffee, which is my coffee. Okay. The key that there's a lot of cafes in UM. There are a crazy amount of cafes in UM, but we still are able to sustain and grow because we are not selling Western coffee. We're selling another genre of coffee. So we are selling a Malaysian traditional coffee, which is the real heritage of Malaysians. That is something that Malaysians love rather than latte. So this is the first thing. Our product type has actually differentiated us from other competitors. Okay. Next thing is that we do not only focus on coffee itself. We build our community. So if you can see in our store, there are one certain group of people that comes every day. Every time they pass by, they will buy coffee from us. Why? Because our service and our attitude make these people believe that I didn't just come for coffee. Because I know there is a stall here, or there is a bunch of guys here that cares about me. They are my friends, so that's why I come. And and all this comes from our sales motto: do not serve coffee, serve happiness. So this is the second thing: community and service. The third thing is vision. A lot of cafes, they do coffee because they just want they just want to have a cafe. But coffee is not born to be a cafe. Coffee is born to be a coffee chain in Malaysia, and an MNC company, a multinational company that brings Malaysian coffee to foreign countries. So in terms of vision, it's actually already different from others. So when they are thinking of how should we improve our latte, how should we find a cheaper supplier, how should we order this and that, we are actually thinking ways to make our business a franchise. We are already thinking ways to expand our market to other campus and preparing for a shop outside. And we do not only just do coffee. We are a coffee tech company. We put technology inside of coffee. It's very different from, it's a very new concept. Why people go for Starbucks? Not because of the coffee. Part of it because of the coffee, and also I'm a rich guy. The status, like I drink Starbucks, so I'm a rich guy. Okay. Another one is the environment, the ambience. So it's actually very hard for people to create something like Starbucks because you need to have the money. So what we do, we create a virtual ambience. Okay, we're now developing a web app, so a membership app. So if the platform is developed, customers who buy coffee from us, they do not just get their coffee. When they scan into it, log into their portal, they'll get a surrounding music that gives them a cafe ambience. There are contents that people share stories, positive stories and meaningful words and that. So imagine after buying the coffee, find somewhere to sit down, settle down yourself, play our music, put on your earpiece, and then scroll through the stories. Just like a feeling in a cafe, virtual ambience. This is what we're creating. We are a coffee tech company that differentiates us from the competitors.
Right. So how do you know that the customer they like the music that you choose?
Okay, for this one, definitely we'll do R&D. We do a lot of research and developments, or even, I love what Xiaomi's CEO said is that if one guy is doing everything, they will not do it right. Let the right person do the right thing. So we always partner with a lot of people, especially for example, like for our web development. We are not computer science students, but what we do is we collaborate with students who are doing assignments for the computer science course. Okay, you want to do a website, right? You do a great website for your course. It's okay. Collaborate with us. You make your website, we support your assignment, and then give us a very amazing website that is still on building. Like we'll see that at the moment. So if you're going for music, right? There's definitely some partners that can do. What we do is we support your growth, but you do something for us. This is what we do.
Cool. Understand. So can you share an example of a difficult decision that you had to make as an entrepreneur
Okay.
and how you approach it?
Okay. The most difficult decision would definitely be, I would say, always on the turning point. When the business is on the turning point, definitely there will be difficult decisions. For example, before this, we are going online, selling drip bag coffee. Okay, it's something very new in the market. So we were thinking like there's definitely be a big potential. So guess what? We dumped 9,000 ringgit to buy 3,000 unit of stocks. And then guess what? We didn't get much sales. Even if we go for fairs, we go for events, we dumped a lot of money in marketing, we don't get sales. And in the end, for now, we still left 3,000 ringgit stocks. Okay, and then one day when we are figuring out what should we do, at that time, then someone approached me. The previous Pengarah of Seni, Dr. Jara, she is also my mentor for now. She approaches me saying, "Why don't you go just operate a store in the campus?" Okay, it's good. When this suggestion came to us, you're thinking, what kind of product should we sell to operate the store? If we still sell what we have now, okay, I don't think there will be a market. We might lose a lot more money. But if not, then what should we sell? If we are selling something, does it mean that we are actually letting the 9,000 ringgit to waste? That is in fact the hardest decision I would have. It's because this decision will decide whether I will lose some money or I will earn the big fortune, a big fortune. So we took few weeks to struggle for that during February. It took few weeks to struggle for that thing, and then we finally realized that why are we wasting our time? we just give a go and try. Okay, so and we made that decision to have the coffee stall here. We changed our style from drip bag coffee to Malaysian traditional coffee, and I think it's kind of a success decision. But to make that decision, it's very hard for us, especially for entrepreneurs. It means you're changing the whole business. Okay, and entrepreneurs often face that we can't avoid it. Yeah. Okay, how answer your question?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So I have one last question for me lah, personally.
Mm.
So after you graduate, are you still going to continue this business?
As I mentioned, coffee is meant to be a coffee chain and an MNC company, multinational company. This is what we want to build. And to build this, is just a start. After we graduate, we will bring what we have now. We'll go to the outside market, we'll have a shop, then we'll have kiosk in every campus. Then after we have kiosks in every campus, we'll go outside market again. And then slowly we'll bring our coffee to outside countries. We have got a full plan already. We've already got a full plan. So to find it back to the bit, back to the root that what makes me decide to be an entrepreneur is that I don't want to work under people. I don't work under people, and I want full control of my life. And to do that, it's very hard way. It's very hard path, definitely, because for me, in the campus, I don't have time for sports. I don't have time for games. I don't have time for friends. I don't have time for Qatar or Aman Central. What I have is all my time I spend with is my academics, my business, and my family, my family, my relationships, and that's all. I don't have life for that. So all this, everything that I do is to make sure after I graduate, I don't be a 9 to 5 worker. I don't work under anyone. I can be my own boss. I can have full control of my life. This is what it's.
So, so for the, like you say, the coffee chain, like you want to build a website. So the website is for all kind of people lah. So how do they log into the website? Like if they have to sign up something,
Yeah, definitely.
or like
They're
join
sign-
your member?
They're signing up for membership.
Oh, okay.
They're signing up for membership because we want to deliver the best thing. If we want to deliver the best thing to our customers, we don't do like lay long. We do like lay long. If you want to get something from us, you want to get the best experience, you should give us something. For example, like spend a little money to be our member, then you can get a lot more from that. Yeah. Everything comes with a cost.
So thank you so much, Mr. Lam, so for sharing your insight and
Welcome.
experience with us. So I think that's all for today.